Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our Ramadan series on how we can earn the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In today's episode, inshallah, we are going to talk about the next traits that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, which is generosity in trade. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves it when you are generous when it comes to trading. When we say generosity in trading, what do we mean? Trading is the act of buying and selling. Whenever we are engaged in buying and selling, we should be generous. That's the traits that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. When you go to a certain part of the world, like the Middle East and Africa, we don't have a specific price on the goods. And so when you go to buy, you have to negotiate before you do the purchase. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that in one of the hadiths, Inna Allah yuhibbu saba al-bay'i saba al-shira'i saba al-kada'i. Allah loves the one who is generous when he buys, generous when he sells, and generous in repayment. Of course, this is kind of like something that is easy when it comes to collecting repayments, and no way does it include any type of riba, any types of interest in this at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran warned this group of people, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ, those who cheat with skill. And this means that any addiction to something extra in transaction is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like. Believers are more worried about being charged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than what they are going to gain on this world. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also mentioned that Allah is pleased with a person, a merchant that is honest, someone who does not cheat in trade and does not cheat people during transaction. They seek extra from Allah and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam instead. Rather, they are buying and selling with debt and repayment, and they make sure they repay whatever they buy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the people who don't cheat. It doesn't mean that you are not wise or you don't want to gain in this dunya. It's because you are being considerate and because you want to compromise any of their principle in the process of buying to get few extra dirham, like full extra money or dollars during the process of buying and selling any goods to make some money. But sometimes we need to have a generous heart. We need to consider those people in need, and we need to make sure we are fair in every transaction we are embarked on. In certain parts of the world, we see people trying to sell small things just to be able to put food on their table. These are the kind of people we can purchase as sadaqah, not because we need it, but because we want them to have something. And this particular type of people, we don't have to cheat on them just for the fact that we want to save or we want to keep more of our money, but because we want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes we also see children who sells like water, or they carry something just to help their parents make a living. We shouldn't take advantage of them. We should rather help them for Allah's sake. And this is the type of attain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. Always remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who are considerate when it comes to buying and selling and any repayment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them. May He continue to guide us to the right path. May He forgive us our shortcomings, and may He give us Jannah. Allahumma amin. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. I'll see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.